quite shabby performances. And even the game they won, they had to work hard for it. So I think we're going to see Gracia Cricket Club show us what they're made of today, Tim.
Yeah, as we saw yesterday, we'll just, Israel's ready to start bowling. We'll just see this first ball. And he'd rather do that one again. Shocking loosener down the leg side. Yes, theoretically well, not theoretically, definitely we're in Group B here, Rico. We will see matches today that decide the top of the table. We will also see matches for sides that can't progress into tomorrow's final stages. But as we saw yesterday, that seemed to matter very, very little to the sides. They all came out, play for pride. Bengali particularly came out like a team possessed, even though they had no chance of progressing. So I'm looking forward to every match on its own merits, sport in its purest form today, Rico. One team against another team. And that is what we have got here. Two sides that haven't perhaps acquitted themselves as well as they might have done in the tournament as a whole, but they'll be coming out and looking to finish their involvement in European Cricket Series Barcelona on a high.
Absolutely, yeah. Kuldeep Lal, I mean, he's a talented player. We haven't seen the best of him with the bat. He's done his job behind the stumps pretty tardily, but with the bat he's let himself down. Well, he's got 5 to his name already. Almudar Hussain is a man on strike now. Israr Ahmed now has to get his line right to the left-hander. Yeah, you just look down the lineup of this Gracia cricket team. There's some very good and big names there. And it does make you wonder, as you see an LBW appeal being turned down there, going down the leg. It does make you wonder why we've not seen much of them. I mean, you've got Kuldeep Lal, and you've got the strength of Muktair Singh. He's an excellent player. Their captain, of course, Hira Mahey. Then you've got Bikramjit Singh. These are all guys that on the day can really put on some big scores. Maybe today's the day. They've got 2 games, haven't they? They've got 2 back-to-back games. We'll talk about their second game in a minute.
Yeah, absolutely right, Rico. Back-to-back games, always a good way of getting your eye in.
Yeah.
Particularly useful if you win the first one. Takes you into a high into the second one. But they will be looking, bearing in mind, you know, we chat to some of these guys and they're fully aware that they're on a national, international platform here, being watched all around the world. A lot of these guys have family abroad as well, not here in Spain. So that will be in the backs of their minds, if not the forefront of their minds, that they want to perform as well as they can on this enormous stage that they have.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about Gracia Cricket Club, but what about this Hovis unit? Did they come out in style or not in their last game? Well, just to remind you, they scored 171 for 4. We'll just see this ball and we'll give you some juicy information on that. It was an absolute great game. Good shot, bit uppish. Right, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Wakey, wakey.
I saw that happening. I don't know why. He just didn't look as if he was confident, as if he was going to get down and get anything behind it, textbook fashion. Just looked a little sluggish in the field. Perhaps the early morning start. It's 8:30 in the morning, or 8:33 here in the morning in Spain, local time. Sorry, Rico, you were saying, yeah, about that massive Juves innings that we saw on, where are we, on Tuesday?
Yeah, I mean, they were struggling. They were down in the dumps. 21 for 4, and then comes to the crease the man. It was Shahid Nazir, and he absolutely played an awesome, almighty innings. See this ball to the left-hander. And again, a little bit of slack fielding. And that gives them another boundary. This time the guilty man, Mohammed Rahman. Got to tidy that up. It's going to be expensive for them. Yeah, so of course it was Shahid Nazir scoring 116 off only 34 balls, helping them, well, first helping him and his captain put on 150 fifth wicket partnership, which we believe is the highest fifth wicket partnership. And also helping his team post A very marvellous score of 171 for 4, and we were watching that and we were thinking to ourselves, well, how is this team in the position that there are in this table? And we've said that a few times. We were saying that yesterday as well in the game that Tim was talking about when we saw Bengali Cricket Club play Kings. Kings right up there at the top of the table, and well, Bengali were at the bottom, unbeaten, but the performance that they put in, absolutely marvellous. And all of these teams have got something to play for.
Exactly that, Rico, exactly that. Well, we've talked about the batting strength of this Hubei side. Obviously they will have to wait for a while to demonstrate that. All about the bowling at the moment. A little bit of a loose start, and that is going to add to their woes. Oh, a missed crowd catch. No one wants to see that. Just laughing at the guilty man as he goes past. Making all sorts of excuses about being put off by the flags.
It's a good reply. And good running, good backing up from Anmudar Hussain. Saw there was an opportunity, took the chance. He was running to the danger end, and that's a nice single taken.
Just looking at the power play field for the left-hander. There's a man at deep mid-wicket. The other man in the deep is right in front of us at long on, here in the commentary position.
Taki-ul Mazar. Now, he didn't play in that last game, and I was bigging him up and saying that he was one of the key bowlers. He's done really well in this tournament so far with the ball. He's really helped his team out a lot, and here he is now. Good all-rounder. So they'll be expecting something from him in this game.
Yeah, wasn't far off taking a caught and bowled there. That was gently lobbed over his head, wasn't it?
That's very well picked up. There's a man there. He's gone all the way over him. Kuldeep Lal just helping it away. Very small back lift.
Yeah, it was all eyes, all timing, wasn't it? Very nice. Very quickly onto that. Whipped it off his stumps. He certainly needed to make a connection on that, otherwise the umpire would have been interested.
Yeah, and he had to hit it well as well, because the fielder was right on that spot waiting for that shot.
Isra Ahmed is coming back on for his second over. Went for 10 off his first set of 6.
So a nice start. 30.
Oh no, he doesn't. He was shining the ball, but it's not Isra. He's scurried off to mid-wicket. And the bowler is Usman Mushtaq. That was sly, wasn't it?
He sliced it away. I'm not sure if that's the area he was looking to hit it. 4 runs. Cuatro carreras más. We'll just see this again. I'm not wondering whether it was all wrist work in the end. It looked like he was trying to hit the other areas. Let's see. No, I'll give him that. I'll give him that. I thought he was trying to hit it a lot straighter. That was a nice looking shot. Of course, we're inside the power play. So all of these lofted drives and shots in particular areas to clear the 30-yard circle. They're safe as houses. That's well hit. Ball is travelling. Fielder coming across. That's perfect timing. What a lovely shot that was. Kina acha joka ho gaya. Badi achi timing see. It's all timing, that one. We saw him power one over for 4 on his offside, and then that a lovely straight drive there. Beautiful.
Very much so, and a lovely placement as well. Nobody there on the long off boundary for the left-hander. There is now. Man's been moved round from the extra cover boundary to long off.
Well, how about that? This is good stuff here. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. That's a beauty. Let's see this again. Uses his feet delightfully. Body in the right place, head nice and still, and the bat just guiding that to where he wanted it. Lovely shot, top shot. It's not just all about power, you know. So the bowler, he's certainly under some pressure. Usman Mushtaq this time goes for a shorter one. Same result, 4 more. Well, he's doing it in 4s.
Just not quick enough to do that, is he? Pitched it halfway down and the ball just sat there and waited to be hit. Yeah, that's a gift, isn't it? And these two batsmen, they have passed, Rico. Have they passed 50? I believe they have, haven't they?
Probably 48, I think.
Is it 48?
Yeah, they probably will now.
Oh, that was nice. That was just wristy and dismissive. That was done with almost disdain. There you go. There you go. Off you pop. That certainly is a 50 partnership then.
Yeah, and that's come up very, very quick indeed. We still a ball to go in this over, 52 without loss. And Ulmadar Hussain, what he's done there, I mean, they're bowling outside, quite wide outside that off stump to him. And where you see a lot of batsmen just trying to swing it across the line, he's just getting in position beautifully and playing nice shots, guiding the ball where he wants it to go, not trying to overhit it. That one too wide, he almost loses his balance trying to play a similar shot. But it's interesting, if we had one of those wagon wheels, we'll be able to see where most of his boundaries have gone, but they've not put anybody out there on that off stump. Now you've got 2 men straight. I know he's hit 1 straight here to the right of me, but this man coming in now, he doesn't even field it. Well, he does in the end.
Can I just say, what do you mean if we had one of those wagon wheels? If you go on to EuropeanCricket.com, go to this match, which is match number 53, and click on graphs, you will get the option of seeing either the Manhattan, the over by over progress, or you look below that, Spider, and you can look at the where all the shots have gone for each individual batsman or the team as a whole. So there you go, Rico. Your wish is my command, dear boy.
Well, there you go. So what's that wagon wheel showing at the moment for Almdar Hussain?
Almdar Hussain has scored 9 runs through mid-wicket. He's scored 7 through mid-off, long-off. Yeah. He's scored 6 through the covers. He's scored 8 through point. As you say, yeah, he's putting them all around the ground.
So while you're having a look at that, and that's very interesting. Well, there you go, folks. You've got it all at your fingertips.
EuropeanCricket.com, your one-stop shop.
Yeah, and mentioning that, let's give a shout out to Mr. Maximo. Did you catch his match preview early this morning? It's still up there, and he was previewing this match as well as giving you some player profiles. His prediction, tell you after this ball. So Vinny was wearing his, what colour shirt do you think Vinny was wearing? Come on, you know Vinny.
You know, I watched it this morning, I can't remember.
Oh, you watched it? Oh, God, come on. I'll put you on the spot now.
Do you know, you've got me. You've absolutely got me. For some reason, the shirt didn't register. Go on.
Well, it was golden, wasn't it? It was a gold shirt. Because,
for the golden ball.
The golden ball, yeah, that we happened. So well done, Vinny. I love that shirt. But I reckon we should have a supply, though. So every time it's a golden ball, we do the next game in a very nice, bright, shiny golden shirt. What do you reckon? That would be marvellous here. Can you imagine when that sun comes across and it's shining on us? The batsman will say, hang on a minute, you two, take their shirts off. We can't see a thing. Anyway, Vinny, yeah, his match prediction, he went for Gracia, and it's a bit like me. He's puzzled and surprised that they haven't done as well as they have. Now, they've had a few matches where they haven't had their stronger squad. Very few times have you had Kuldeep and Mukhtar Singh playing together. It's a nice shot. It's going to go over the man. That's well hit. It was hit very hard. Shout of catch it. But as soon as that left the bat, I'm thinking, no, it's going to go over the man here. It was hit too well. 6 more. Yeah, so we've seen Kuldeep Lal there. He's finally showing a little bit of form. And Mukhtar Singh is there as well. This man, Almdar Hussain, they've got all the players. They just haven't. It just hasn't happened for them. And it's that's another one. Says Maz. Balle, balle, balle. They've just come to the party too late. The fireworks are here today. Patake chalpe. but it's a little bit late. All they can do is impress. What can we do, eh? What can we do? But yeah, Vinny, his prediction was that Gracia are going to win this match. Tim's got the giggles again. He had the giggles big time yesterday. Well, we all did in that golden ball. We'll talk a little bit about that at some point as well, while Kuldeep Lal is just dispatching this ball to all ends of the ground. Quality power hitting.
Rico,
My man,
breathe,
breathe.
breathe.
Kuldeep power hitting, and Al-Mudar Hussain guiding the ball beautifully to all areas of the ground.
Tranquilo and relax.
I'm going to do the Kung Fu Panda thing.
Isra Ahmed comes in again. Oh, very, very sharp caught and bold chance. Didn't deserve it. It's full toss. Hit straight back at him. He's hurt himself. Didn't deserve that either, to be fair. Nobody deserves to be hurt. But shocking ball. Deserved to be punished. As it is, it's the end of the over. Rico is now hyperventilating, having simultaneously delivered 5 sentences intertwined with each other. They're beautiful, Rico.
Talk about beautiful. Look at this score. 4 overs, 71. And that was a very, very sharp catch. I mean, that was hit very hard at Isra Ahmed. He was called upon to bowl that 4th over to try and stop the flow of these runs and try and get a wicket. It didn't work. And in the process, you know, he's still nursing that hand a bit. That was hit very, very hard. I called it Lal. He's not messing around today.
Fielder is bringing something on for the bowler. Ah, it is. He's hurt himself. It's the magic spray.
The magic spray. So come on, what about this golden ball yesterday?
Oh, well, if you didn't see it, viewers, go on and we couldn't possibly describe it. Don't want to spoil it for you. But
match 52. Go to match 52. It was the well. When you we're just going to say it's called thinking outside the box. Thinking outside the box, and when you see it, you know exactly what we're talking about.
Oh, Rico. Oh, it's a loosener. It's a real loosener there from Dilshad Ahmed. And the batsman doesn't need a second invitation. Clobbers that into the middle of next week. Another ball comes out from the technical area. That will be, hopefully, the previous one retrieved by one of our men we've got out in the wilds. We don't feed them. They have to scavenge for themselves in the wilds. But we give them money if they bring back lost cricket balls.
Didn't quite get hold of that. So just be the single. Sun is starting to grace this beautiful ground now. Remember this, Montjuïc, Olympic ground here. It's going to be a nice day. It's gone up. I don't think it's got the legs, has it? Oh, it does. Only just. Went a long way up. Took a long time to come back down. And in the end, unfortunately for the bowler, Dilshad Ahmed, it falls on the wrong side of the rope. 6 runs.
Yeah, he got under that, didn't he? But fortunately, he got just enough on it to clear the rope. It was up there for an awful long time. Dilshad Ahmed really is getting some punishment.
Going all the way.
Punishment here.
Ginna Sona balle. That's his 50. What a great knock, and that's come up in rapid time. 14 balls for a 50. Wow. Kuldeep Lal. I was talking to him earlier, and I said, boys, you're going to show us what you're made of today. And they said, Rico Paji, patake chahiye, aaj patake dikhaunge. Rico, you want fireworks? We'll show you fireworks today. Well, he's a man of his word. And he's not finished yet. There goes another one. Balle, Kuldeep Lal. Finally, the Master Blaster has woken up, but it's taken his time. In terms of getting to the finals, is a little bit late. But he's having a party of his own. He's not finished yet, I'm sure. There he goes. It's another one. That's more uppish to the right of a fielder. Ooh.
Landed right on the rope, that Rico. 6 runs, but if there'd been a fielder there, he would have had a good chance of snaffling that. But Dilshad Ahmed what an over. He's getting absolutely tonked all round this ground. That is the end of the over. He'll be very, very glad it is as well. 30, by my reckoning, 31 runs off the over.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think that was 5 sixes and a single. Is that right?
It was indeed, dear boy. That is pretty horrible. He slinks off down towards third man, possibly hoping that the ground can open up. And he can just hide in there for a little while until he gathers his composure.
Halfway stage, the score 102. Well, somebody somewhere of Hovis units has got to find a couple of good tidy overs.
Will it be Shoaib Ishaq Khan? Well, he starts off with the obligatory left side wide. Everybody has to bowl one of those, it appears.
He comes again. Oh, that's going to be even worse for him, because not only is it just one wide, it's gone all the way to the boundary. That's 5.
Oh, Rico, you were talking about the batting prowess of this Hovis side and how Shahid Nazir scored an enormous amount of runs in very little time on Tuesday. They're going to have another opportunity to score big, the Hovis batsmen today, because they are leaking runs. They are hemorrhaging runs all over the park in all different ways. And the way things are going at the moment, they'll be chasing 180 to 200.
There could be a plan. I'll come back to you on that. Oh dear, this is not good.
Tell us your
Another
cunning
line.
plan, go on.
Okay, not my plan. I was speaking to Baba Basharat and some of the players, and of course I had to have a word with Shahid Nazir about his century, the first century he's ever scored, and I was talking to the team as a unit, and I said, well guys, what's it going to be today? And I'll tell you after this ball, which hopefully will find its way to be a, oh my god, I was going to say find its way to be a legal delivery. Well, it was, but it was sent packing. That was just, there's no mercy here. There's no mercy. This is T10 batting at its best. Woo! Huge.
It was fast. So you say he's found at least a line to make it a legal delivery, but he won't bowl too many more of those. He's gone back to the wides, bless him.
Anyway, what the Hovis units then told me is said, no, he's not going to score 100 today. He's going to score 150 today.
Is that right?
To which point I said, well, guys, that means that Garcia are going to have to score a lot of runs for him to be able to, for you guys to be able to chase a lot of runs, for him to score 150, and they just smiled. So maybe that's the plan.
I very much doubt they've come out to get hit to all parts of the park just so they can score a lot of runs. That is, again, come on, he's got his hands on his hips, he's looking disconsolate. Shoaib Khan, what are you going to do, young man? He's a left-hander, you realise that, don't you? He's bowled a good line to the right-hander. Sadly, the right-hander is at the non-striker's end.
Somebody's coming to give him a bit of advice, and maybe they're going to say to him, look, it's a little tip. Why don't you try coming from the other side of the wicket? It might help with the left-hander. And it's Isra Ahmed, one of the main bowlers of the side. At the moment, he's sticking to coming over. Here he comes. Sohaib Khan. And that's trickled away. 4 runs. And that takes Ahmudar Hussain to 48. Well, we've had 10 off the bat. I've lost count how many extras. There was the 5, of course. One of the wides went all the way down for 5 runs. That's a better ball, straight up there. Ahmudar Hussain just able to get back onto it, play it straight back down the ground just for a single. Moves on to 49. Kuldeep Lal, his partner, 62 of 16.
when you're getting battered to all parts of Barcelona, at least you have to take the chances that come. It was a very low, flat chance, but it went straight into his hands, thumped on his chest. We could actually thump into his chest from here, and we're 60 metres away. And, well, you cannot give chances, Rico, like that.
No, okay, it was hit hard. It was at quite an awkward height. But yeah, you're right. We heard that from here. He's showing no signs of it. Oh, no, and...
That's a 50 for Alamdar Hussain. Sorry to interrupt there, Rico,
yeah,
but...
no, well done. Absolutely.
Warm applause from his dugout. This is a very brutal opening partnership now. That goes on to 127, is it, the opening partnership? Off, and we're still in the 6th over.
We're still in this very long 6th over. So, Ikshak Khan, that's a better ball, right up there. He's found his line to the left-hander now, getting it right in the block, not giving him much room to negotiate the ball to the boundaries. And that painful over for him comes to an end.
It was, as you say, a painful over for him, painful over for anybody who's got an ounce of compassion, I think, because after 2 or 3 of those leg side wides, I was beginning to wince a little bit and getting a bit knotted up in the stomach, feeling sorry for him. And he really never found the line and length he wanted. When he did, as Rico said, find a legitimate ball, it got hit many a mile over the stadium wall. And 25 runs on it, which follows up from the 31 runs that Dilshad Ahmed conceded in his previous one. You're the fielding captain, who do you go to? That's the question. What do you do? What bowler do you throw into the breach now?
Yeah, I mean, they're certainly missing Mohammed Ali Khan. He's not playing today.
So he doesn't put anybody in the breach. The captain brings himself on.
Yeah, I don't think he really had much option. I don't think he's bowled that much, Baba Basharat. I know he's a useful bat. He's played some good innings. He was the man who helped put that 150 partnership together with the Centurion, Shahid Nazir. So now having to do a bit of bowling. Starts well. Kuldeep Lal will certainly go after him. There's plenty more to come to bat, so he's not going to hang around. Just a single, so 2 singles. Baba Basharat hoping to lead by example here. So far doing a good job. In he comes for his 3rd ball. Yeah, that's good stuff. All he's doing, not doing anything special to him, is he? He's just trotting in and putting the ball on the spot.
Absolutely. And a little bit of tighter bowling. And just hopefully it will allow Hoves to gather themselves. Otherwise, it was in danger of getting out of hand. It had already got out of hand, hasn't it? When 2 overs go for 57 runs.
Yeah.
Yeah, not giving them anything to play with in terms of width. So all we can do is squeeze one out there. Kuldeep Lal is going along beautifully, 65 off just 19 balls. But Alamdar Hussain at the other end matched him almost run for run, 56 off 21.
Yeah, Kuldeep there, trying to mastermind something out of that ball. Took a good step outside the off stump. But the bowler, Baba Basharat, just followed him, well bowled by him. That's hooked in the air, calls off catch it from the man who took one for his team in the chest earlier. Does well, keeps the eye on the ball, gets the throw in.
Would have been nice if he'd taken a catch for the team rather than taking a hit in the chest for the team, wouldn't it? I think that's what the rest of them were hoping for. As he saw that coming towards him, I wonder if he was slightly relieved when he realised it wasn't going to carry and he didn't have the opportunity of putting another one down. Anyway, Baba is bowling a nice tight over. It's ended the madness for a little while now. It's just gone for a single off every ball. 5 runs off 5 balls. Can he keep it tidy to the end? Well, an attempted scoop, and all he does is toe end it out into the offside. And that's a nice over. 6 runs off it. A moment of calm, a little oasis of sanity in the madness that was beginning to engulf the Montjuic Olympic ground here.
Yeah, and of course what you're wondering at home, because you're looking at the EuropeanCricket.com site and you're looking at the standings, and you're thinking, well, what's happened here? This is Group B. This team batting 134 without loss are 8th in the table. They're sitting at the bottom. How can that be? Yeah, that's what we're all wondering. How can it be? And the very short and quick answer to that is that their batsmen just haven't performed. They've been all right in the field. They've not been able to score big runs, and they haven't been able to chase runs. So that's been the downfall. But they certainly brought the game to the show today so far. So that's very sloppy.
Yep, Taki Almazar comes back on for his second over. It's not as if the captain had a lot of options, but Taki did go for 21 runs off his one over earlier. So with these two batsmen in this particular frame of mind, that doesn't bode too well for him.
Yeah, we just saw 5 wides there as well. That's not going to help his cause. It's 5 runs and he's got to bowl it again. And he comes. Hit hard. Well, the fielder was only metres away from that. Didn't have to come too much. But again, that just shows you the power in which Kuldeep Lal is playing those shots. Just watch this. Bang.
Yeah, that's Baba Khan on the boundary there, Rico. And he just gave me a rueful smile as he didn't quite get to that, as if to say, what can I do, Tim? I don't have the answer, Baba. I really don't have the answer.
Oh, this is just elegant stuff, Tim, isn't it? I mean, we just saw 2 classy shots. We saw that one just to our left here, beautifully played, and then one that's been angled into his pads, and he manages to negotiate that through the 2 fielders there for another boundary.
That was lovely the way he just lifted it off his toes, didn't he? Anyway, back live now. Oh, possibly the first slog we've seen him attempt.
First log, and probably in a very long time, the first dot ball.
Well, let's have a little look at that. I'll see if I can come up with some figures there.
I mean, he's disappointed. He knows he lost out on that because it was on his legs. He was trying to hit it too hard rather than just play it away. In comes Taki again. This time, 2 wide outside that off stump, and he's disappointed with himself. He knows it. He didn't need the umpire to signal it straight away once he's bowled it. He's thinking, nah.
The answer to your question, prior to that dot in the 3rd ball of the 8th over, the previous dot was on the last ball of the 4th over.
Well,
there you go.
There you have it. Oh, majestic. Balle, balle, balle. Que bonito. Es genial. Mamma mia, it's all happening here. These 2 batsmen. And I'm going to say this, I know they're not that far off, but the way they're hitting it, they could quite easily move on and pass the highest European Cricket Series opening partnership, which is 178. Can they do it? Can Gracia Cricket Club, though they're not going to progress to the finals, could they make some history here and put on the highest first wicket partnership?
Well, what a day to finally bring your A game, eh? Day 14 of the tournament. He could be caught off that, but it's a no ball, so it doesn't really matter.
It's a no ball, and we're waiting for square leg to confirm. Yes, it still goes for 6. No ball, free hit. That partnership is looking on.
It is, Rico. Very exciting. And the magical, we're you know, kiss of death time, all of this, but if they go on at this rate with still over 2 overs to go, there's a very, very outside squeaky chance. I wouldn't put any money on it. I wouldn't even put your money on it. It's that outside a chance, but there's an outside chance of getting Whisper It quietly to the 200.
That was the free hit. Takes a single. That was nice there, the bowler and Kuldeep Lal just exchanged a few words and a few smiles and fist pump there. The bowler obviously apologising for the no ball. Kuldeep say no problems.
Now, Kuldeep Yadav won't be too keen to take a single here, and I'll tell you why in a minute. He's going to have to. Oh, he did. Good backing up. Good team play. The reason I say that is Alamdar Hussain has batted beautifully for his 58 runs off 23, but Kuldeep Lal is on 87. I think I'm right in saying. Which
yeah, you are 87 of 26.
Yeah, so he's in ton territory, isn't he?
Yeah, it's all happening. We could have all sorts of things happening here. We could have the second 100 scored. So Kuldeep Lal, will he join those elite batsmen who are in the T10 Hall of Fame for scoring 100s? And this partnership is on. It's all exciting stuff.
It is exciting stuff, Rico.
Come on, boys. 178. Let's get past 178.
Well, Baba Basharat will be attempting to stop them. And again, just a single. He went for 6 singles in his previous over. That wasn't the best of his balls, but that again has only gone for a single. If he is erring on length, he's over pitching rather than dropping it short, which is the good way if you're going to go wrong on this track. Anything short just sits up.
Oh no.
Oh, there you go. There's your stats out the window.
Well, hang on.
Hang on, what's the umpire saying? It's just buys.
Ooh, I thought for a minute that hand, what's happening with that arm? Buys. It must have been close.
Did Bubba make a mess of it? Did he? Because Kuldeep looked out of his ground, didn't he?
The way he was running, it was like he'd given up. He was never going to make it.
He didn't catch the ball. He took the ball off with his hands and the ball was on the floor.
Well, there you go. That would explain it. Anyway, back to the game. Oh, no. Oh, he swallowed it up. Well, the partnership comes to an end. We're not going to get to the and beyond the 178. Kuldeep Lal, though, he's still there. He could go on to make his 100, and well, he's been given a huge lifeline. So will he make the most of it?
He has, but let's not lose sight of Alamdar Hussain, the man who's just got out, the contribution he has made to that partnership as well. 59 of 25 balls. It's a lovely little knock. It's a rate nearly 2.5 a ball he's been going at. Everything you could want from an opening batsman. And he's getting a well-deserved warm round of applause as he goes back to his team dugout. Baba Basharat, the bowler, has been bowling a captain's spell, bringing back the sanity amongst, say, all the madness. To Kuldeep Lal now.
Wow, that's what he needs to do. Just keep finding the middle of the bat. Keep hitting the big ones. 6 more there. Well, Kuldeep Lal, 93. Is that right, Tim?
93. Also, it's rather wrecked Bubba's figures because Bubba had only gone for ones or buys. And that wicket in there, so he was 1 for 7. He's now 1 for 13 of 1.4 overs. It's all happening. But all the news now is about Kuldeep Lal. Can he get there? He's on 93. He's still on 93, and the score creeps ever upwards. It would take some remarkable batting if they do get to 200, but they are going to frighten it to death.
Slower ball. That's very well fielded. This time he made no messing around with the running. Hit it and went straight away. Gets a single. 94.
One more ball in the over. Again, Kuldeep currently at the non-striker's end. He's shown he's a team man by running a single at the end of the last over. He might be keen not to here. He hasn't backed up at all. Oh, he has gone though. What a team man he is. Well, there's a sign of a true classy cricketer. He's 6 runs away from a ton. There are 6 balls at the innings left. But he lets his partner, who is just needed to get off the mark, take the single, and nick the strike at the end of the over. That is sheer class, Kuldeep Lal. For me, even though he's going to get the man of the match award anyway, you'd suspect, that in itself, in that one moment, is worthy of recognition.
No, you're not. You're not following it. You're not following the script, are you? No. Shahid Nazir is going to score 150. That was what this was all about. Remember?
Oh yeah, I remember now.
Anyway, what a last over. Usman Mushtaq has to bowl. Six runs out of the ground, and Kuldeep is standing there looking at the captain and saying, "Oi,
single, mate.
Sorry, look,
single.
Yeah, saying, "Oi,
yeah,
captain."
Single. At the side of his mouth, just the one. Come on, Heather, do the decent thing. Do the decent thing. There you go, just the one, just the one, just the one. Here we go. Right then, we have 4 balls for Mr. Kuldeep Lal, who has batted beautifully. Was given a lifeline when he wasn't run out earlier, but it will be a very well-deserved ton if he can get there. 6 needed of 4 balls. And he's going to get caught. It's gone in the air. It's gone for 4. Alright, he's had 2 lives. 98 he goes on to. The score goes on to 186. Well, nobody will be grudging the ton, even though it's had a couple of very soft chances, soft lifelines towards the end of it.
Captain had a word with him. Come on, you're not going to get a better chance. He hits this one, I think it's going to go all the way over. Balle, 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 Centurion, Kuldeep Lal, Shaba, Shaba. That's his 100. Well batted. You got to take a bit of luck on your way. He did, but he's done it. 100. He has. He's done the fireworks. Well batted, Kuldeep Lal. And he ain't finished yet. Ginna, Sona, 6 more. It's all happening here. T10. This is what it's about. The fast and furious format of the game. Explosive, action-packed entertainment. Taking the world by storm. We just love it.
We do indeed, Rico, and who wouldn't love this? Unless you're a bowler, obviously. This must be talked about. Usman Mushtaq. He went for 31 off his first over, and yet he's been brought back into the attack to bowl the last over of the innings. That is cruelty indeed.